Once in a lifetime, there is a movie that comes around that is so good that just talking about how great it is just does not give the movie justice, and The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is definitely one of those movies. So, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly stars Clint Eastwood as the title character Blondie. Blondie is the good, he's the man of mystery, and in reality, nobody really knows much about him. They only call him Blondie throughout this entire movie, but in several other movies in which this title character is in, he's had a lot of different names. He's the man of mystery. But also, he's one of the most clever characters in movie history as well. Whenever he pulls off a move, it's by far one of the most brilliant moves that I have seen in movies, and Clint Eastwood is the guy that definitely brings this character to life. I mean, Clint Eastwood, he's just a legend at this point. He's a very good actor, he's a very good director, he's a very good a lot of things. And he's by far one of my favorite icons in movies because, well, by far, he's 91 years old and he's still making movies. I really wish I can be exactly like him, know how to act and also direct movies at the same time. The dude has definitely shown his legendary status. Anyway, Blondie is being followed around by another man named Tuco. Tuco is the ugly. He's more or less the wild card. At one point, he's pointing a gun at your face, trying to kill you. The very next minute, he is hugging you, saying that he's your friend and everything, and that he's going to look out after you, mostly because you have something that he wants, of course. But anyway, he's the wild card, and Eli Wallach definitely plays this character to the max, and he definitely gets credit for what he gives. I mean, Tuco is trying to be a good guy. At one point, he's making the cross symbol whenever he is praying, and the next thing you know, he's stealing wallets out of the pockets of dead men. So tomato tomato. Anyway, they have a very rocky relationship, and sometimes they're working together to make money, and then next thing you know, they're just trying to kill each other. And in the midst of all the shenanigans, they end up on this treasure hunt for $200,000 of Confederate gold buried in the cemetery. And Clint Eastwood knows the name of that grave. And while they're on their way, they are followed around by Angel Eyes, aka the Bad, played by Lee Van Cleef. And Lee Van Cleef was born to play this role. Even though he kills only three people in this entire movie, it's the laugh. The laugh that he gives off is definitely that evil laugh. And also another thing that this movie really pulls off when it comes to Angel Eyes is what I can say to be one of the most great things about movie making. The very first scene that you ever see Angel Eyes in, he enters this house, he's standing at the door, this family notices he's there, the wife sets the table up, the husband sits down to eat, and then he just simply walks over and starts eating. It is completely silent. Nobody is talking, and the only thing that you're feeling is the tension between both characters. You know for a fact that Angel Eyes is there for a reason, and that man has the the husband has sweat on his face. He looks nervous. You pretty much know that he is about to die. But that's one of the most brilliant things that this movie pulls off. They show you where this movie is going, mostly by facial expressions as well as movements as well. They don't explain it to you how this movie is going to go down. You just have to visualize where this movie is going. This movie is 100% one of the best movies that ever pulled it off. Anyway, while they're on this treasure hunt, they end up in the American Civil War. And for movies to show both sides of the Civil War, this movie definitely did a good job with that. I mean, at one point, Blondie and Tuco are dressed up as Confederate soldiers, but then they get captured, put into prison camp, and when Tuco is being tortured, the Confederate soldiers are playing music over it, so the Confederate prisoners do not hear what is going on and everything. You could definitely feel the sadness and the tension, what is going on there. But also they show the Union side as well. You run into this commander who is a complete drunk. The Union wants this bridge right here for one reason. The Confederates want the bridge for another reason, and they've been fighting over it for possibly weeks or months now. Many people have died, and all this commander wants to do is blow up the bridge because he feels like once that bridge is gone, he could save more lives that way. So you can definitely see how good, bad, and ugly the Civil War was as well. And to have that thrown in there is by far really what makes this movie flow. So I gotta say, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is definitely a masterpiece. It is brilliant. I love this movie. I love watching. I love watching it. I love the characters. Everything about it is definitely great. Despite it being a spaghetti western more or less means it was not made in Hollywood. It was made in the country of Italy. And for movie reviewers at the time, never gave this movie full credit that it definitely deserves. Mostly because it's an outsider. It is an outside movie. Didn't change the fact that this movie definitely got a payoff in the end, and despite the flaws or aging that this movie really has, it is completely ignored by the excellent filmmaking and acting, directing, writing, all that such, all in here. It is absolutely amazing. So I will say The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly is legendary. So guys, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Have you seen it? What did you think of it? If I missed anything, comment below. Let me know, and I'll see you in the next video.